afternoon to you, our viewers. With you is your host, Mercy Alunga. And today we have a special guest with us who is going to take us through our topic, which is gender based violence. She will tell you more about herself. Welcome, my dear.
Thank you very much. My name is Irene Nguvu. I'm a teacher by profession. I've been in the teaching field for the past 10 years. I was married to one Mr. Nguvu and had a child.
Okay, so tell us how your story came about, what happened. Take us through the story, kindly.
Like I said, I was married. That means I no longer have a husband. And I had a child. That means my child is deceased. So I vividly remember that day. But let me take you back. I was married to this Mr. Nguvu for the past 10 years before the whole ordeal came around. Uh, it's quite a painful story, by the way. You know, you cannot imagine when life is all about flowers, then it all ends up about lemons. So we were married, we were the envy of the whole society. He really, really loved me. He bought me a very big house at Tausi Estate. You know, Tausi is the Runda and the Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he bought me a car. He bought me a Porsche Cayenne. He really, really loved me.
So you had a good life.
I really had a good life.
Okay.
Then, uh, then things started changing. I couldn't actually pinpoint when they started changing, but what I actually remember was that specific day that he held my baby at the arm, and he really wanted to smack that baby. That's when I told him to stop. Then from then henceforth, he started beating me, abusing me, calling me names. He started actually cutting my allowance. Considering I'm a teacher, I couldn't keep up with life. I couldn't keep up with the car. You know, actually fueling the car was a big deal when he started cutting my allowance. So I stopped using the car. I started walking to school, and there were times that he couldn't come at home. Weekends, the whole weekend, he could actually sleep out. And then when he comes home on Friday, once in a while or Saturday, he starts hitting me out of nowhere. He starts hitting me, and I couldn't understand why. Then later on, when I actually make his supper, he comes and eats. But once, okay, he will actually throw the food, and he wouldn't eat the food that I've prepared him. So when, sorry, I could,
Okay.
so
Did you guys ever talk about your issues? What was really the matter?
I told you he changed. You couldn't actually talk to him. Then he could you know, we women have this inborn, like, we have to pray. Being born in a religious family, you have to pray. You have to pray so that your husband can actually change. There's this book I actually bought, The Power of Praying Woman. I will actually be praying, wake up at 3 a.m. and pray, and hope that things will change. Unfortunately, that is how God answered my prayers.
So did you have somebody to talk to about these
Oh,
issues?
oh yes.
Somebody helping you figure things out and everything?
Oh, yeah, yes, 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 yes. Actually, I will actually talk to my friend. Her name is Violet Achien. So I will actually talk to her, and she will advise me to continue praying and be strong about this. So on this particular day, on 17th June 2016,
Okay.
he came home so drunk. I've never seen him so drunk like that. He went. So I actually prepared for him supper, put it on the dining table. So he went straight to my daughter's room. The last thing I actually had was my baby crying.
How old is your baby?
She was 3 years at that time.
Sorry, take her time.
Thank you.
Okay, viewers, will take a break and we'll come back with more. Thank you. Welcome back, our viewers. We'll continue. Yes, Miss Irene, please.
So the last thing I actually had was my baby crying. Then she stopped. I thought that she just went to the room. So I woke up. When I was my baby's room and my room were actually adjacent. So when I actually left the bed and almost on the door, he walked right into the bedroom. Then I asked him why is Tandy crying, and he actually did nothing, but his eyes were actually scared at that time. So he grabbed me by the neck. I was wondering what is wrong with you. Why Mr. Ngu, why you grabbing my neck and all that? He couldn't answer. Then all of a sudden he started hitting me.
It became violent.
He became extremely violent. So he started hitting me and he strangled me so bad that I think I lost consciousness for a while, for like 10 minutes. I gained consciousness and he stood there, his eyes so airy, and he was holding a knife. So I thought he was actually going to stab me on my stab me wherever. So I grabbed that knife. Thank God I know where the strength I got from. So I grabbed that knife from him and quickly stabbed him on the stomach.
You fought
And
back.
yeah, I fought back. And he fell with a loud thud, considering he's drunk. So I actually thought stabbing on the stomach wouldn't kill him. So I tried calling out his name and he couldn't respond. That's when I knew things were bad. Then I remembered my baby was actually screamed and she kept quiet. So I rushed to my baby's room and I found her there lying down. My that scene. What did I have to do? I screamed, then I called my sister very fast. She actually lives 2 blocks away from my house. She came very fast, and then she's the one who actually called the police officers to come. Then when they came, the scene was actually made a homicide scene. The police questioned me what happened. I was taken down to the police station where I wrote down my statements, and they actually couldn't release me that day.
Had you reported the matter before?
No, I did not report. You know, in the Kenyan society, you cannot report your husband is actually beating you. Why? They wouldn't actually listen to you. This is Kenya for us.
True, true.
Yes. So my baby is dead. My husband is dead. I'm at the police station. They couldn't let me go.
So you are the prime. You are the suspect.
I was a suspect. It was so horrific. I actually spent the night at the station. Then the following day, I was actually released on a police bond. Um, then I was actually told to come back to the police and they would take me to the courts on Monday morning. So Monday I took plea, not guilty of course. And then oh,
So how did the family members take this? Had you been talking to your mother-in-law, the family, the sisters? Was anyone aware of what you're going through?
they wouldn't actually listen to me. This was their beloved son. This was a son who made it in their society. How would they listen to their son who's violent towards me? Even if they would listen to him, they wouldn't take my side either.
Also, you had no support from the family.
I had no support from the family.
Continue, Penny.
So they actually, I was in and out of court for the past 3 years. That's when verdict was actually taken that I was guilty, but on third degree, and I was sentenced to 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was out of jail 8 months ago, having lost my husband, lost my baby. Yes.
So how was life been since you came out of prison? How was the outside right now?
Prison life was actually, that's when I actually started going for meditation and all that. Prison is actually, we have meditation classes. I didn't actually expect that, sorry.
Okay.
Yes, so I was undergoing meditation, and actually they were actually counseling me and all that.
Okay.
So when I came out of the prison,
Mhm.
my sister took me to another counseling again.
Okay.
Then that is when she actually told me the idea of opening an NGO, which I have.
Oh,
Um,
so you have your own NGO.
yeah, yes,
Oh,
yes.
nice.
There has to be light at the end of the tunnel.
Okay.
I have to help other women, because when I started talking about this story on my social media platform, so many women will come into my inbox and tell me about how their husbands are hitting them, how they're undergoing so much violence in the house.
Oh, so many people came out.
Yeah, so many people came out. That's when the idea of opening an NGO came in.
Oh, inspiring.
Yeah, so for the my NGO is called we call it it's called We Call It Foundation. It helps women and any actually men as well. Not only women undergo this gender-based violence. Men also undergo this gender-based violence. So we've been there for the past a month, and we have tremendous women who come to the NGO talking about the stories.
Okay. So where does your support come from? How do you go about?
Sorry?
Where does your do you get the support and
Like I said,
do
this
you
is
have?
an NGO,
Okay.
so I get funds from all over.
Oh.
Considering nowadays it's all women are being women, men. There's so much violence in the house and families.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that is nice. Quite a story there. Um, it's moving, and we hope many of you out there will come out and talk about this. We have to fight the gender-based violence at all costs. Thank you very much, Irene. Your story is quite a strong one, and you are a strong woman. You've been through hell and back, and you've emerged strongly. That is very inspiring. So, what would you like to tell our viewers who are watching us there, outside there?
Um,
Word of encouragement. Huh?
First of all, I'd like to tell them you really need to watch out for the signs and the hints. Once he hits you, once she starts actually being abusive towards you, that's the sign. You should actually talk about it, go for counseling, and if he doesn't or she doesn't change, you need to seek for other alternatives. Either you move out, because one unfortunately one will actually die. You do not know where this will end up being. An encouragement, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Look up and never forget to pray. God is always there.
Thank you very much, Irene. As she has said, when you see the first sign, you move out. Don't wait until you are all dead and there will be no help there. Thank you very much, our viewers. Until next time, bye bye.